Well, it's finally happened, guys. We've been waiting for it for a long time. Sorry that I'm a sweaty mess. It's really hot here and I'm behind studio lights. So, yeah, you're just going to have to deal with red sweaty mess. Sun-kissed Jan. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to, I suppose, a Chelsea news video. Matt Law with the exclusive on the Telegraph confirmation of Mudryk being charged by the Football Association over doping, and he could face a ban of up to 4 years after testing positive for performance-enhancing substance meladonium. We're going to get into this today, guys. We've been talking about it for so long, but now we finally heard. I did think it would be at the end of the season. I didn't think it would be at this weird, obscure time in the middle of the Club World Cup. Clearly, Enzo Maresca knows about it because he said recently in a press conference, we've only got Noni, Neto and Tai. Of course, Sancho's gone, but he didn't even include Mudryk, who at the time we knew was provisionally banned. But here we go. We're going to get into it today. So thank you for joining me. As always, I welcome and thank you for your support. Your support being just hanging out here with me, viewing this video. But if you want to do more, drop a like. That's nice for us content creators. And everyone's welcome here, man. So if you want to subscribe, you are welcome to subscribe. If you choose to, hit the bell so you get notified. Let's get into it. Ooh, right. It's hot in here. I'm sweating my gonads off. Poor me. Yeah, man. So this has gone to Telegraph. I'm not going to screen share because I don't need to. I'm just going to read it to you. It's a short article. We can reflect on the ramifications of this omission. Because we kind of thought, like, is he going to be okay? Like, are they just assuming he's not going to be okay? But we didn't really know until we knew. And now we know. Chelsea winger Mykhailo Mudryk has been charged by the Football Association with doping offences and faces a lengthy ban. The Ukrainian forward could be suspended for as long as 4 years. How old is Mudryk? Let's just quickly see how old he is now. Because he's got to be like 23 odds. I'm going to say on the top of my head. He's 24, bro. And he turns 25 this season, like in the winter. So he'll be 28 going on 29 if it's a 4-year ban. That's insane. That's like not a career ruiner, but like near enough. It's your prime. So sad, man. He got the positive A sample believed to contain the prohibited performance-enhancing substance meladonium, and this is last year, guys. Mudryk was provisionally banned while he and Chelsea waited for the B sample, which I don't know why it took so long, because I was reading stuff that it could be quite quick receiving a B sample once requested. And I imagine everyone who gets an A test, they will request a B sample, presumably. The FA have now confirmed, so it's from the FA, it's from the Football Association, not the Premier League, not Chelsea, not Mudryk's camp. The FA have said yes, he's been charged. And a spokesperson told the Telegraph Sport, so this is Matt Law with the exclusive, we can confirm that Mykhailo Mudryk has been charged with an anti-doping rule violations, alleging the presence and or use of prohibited substance. In terms of regulations 3 and 4 of the FA's anti-doping regulations. As this is an ongoing case, we are not in a position to comment further at this time. Mudryk hired Morgan Sports Law to work on his case, with Chelsea also providing support. A firm represented former Juventus midfielder, Paul Pogba, in his appeal against the 4-year ban, which got later reduced to 18 months. So if he can get the Paul Pogba lawyers to do what they did for Paul Pogba and reduce to 18 months, I'm just going to speculate here and say Chelsea keep their powder dry and keep Mudryk. Do they? Or do they just move on? And because Mudryk was bought long before the Enzo Maresca 1v1 dribbly wingers. Do they just put him on ice? Do they just wait? And also, what's the ramifications with payment? Surely you don't pay a player for years when they're banned. Like, maybe there's like a retainer thing. Actually, I don't even know. I wouldn't like to speculate, but, he's on £100,000 a week. You don't give this guy millions of pounds not to play for your football club because he's been banned from football. I assume, again, I'm, being presumptuous here, that in all top-level footballing contracts, there's a clause of, oh yeah, if you get banned from football, we don't pay you. You know, if you can't play football, not as pay to play, but like, if you get done, because it's such a big thing, and not just football, all sports, surely. Chelsea probably have the right to terminate his contract, although I doubt they'd want to do that. Again, this is all me speculating here, because he's on a long contract, and he is, in theory, still a high-value asset, you know. So Pogba terminated his contract at Juventus, here we go, looking for a new club after his 18-month ban in March. Mudryk denied knowingly of breaking any rules. It was claimed that the Ukraine international tested negatively in August last year, and he has insisted he'd changed nothing in his behaviour since then. In a statement posted on Instagram in December last year, Mudryk said, "I can confirm I have been notified a sample I provided to the FA is a banned substance." This is definitely his people and not him, by the way. "This has come as a complete shock, as I have never knowingly used any banned substances or broken any rules. I'm working closely with my team to investigate how this could have happened." A reminder that this, in theory, happened not while he was at Chelsea, but while he was away with the Ukrainian national team. So whether he had the same sports people around him, whether, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. It's a very delicate situation. But that is what the reports initially suggested. I know that I have not done anything wrong and remain hopeful that I will be back on the pitch soon. Awkward. I cannot say any more now due to the confidentiality of the process, but I will when I can, soon when I can. Well, if anything, we'd probably expect a Mudryk thing imminently statement. I mean, as I record, who knows? Maybe he's said something, you know. So of course, the next Chelsea news video, I'll react to that when it comes out. I'm pretty sure he will make a statement because he's been charged. Mudryk has not played for Chelsea since November last year, and under the rules of the provisional suspension, and he's not been able to train with the club's common base or with his teammates. Of course, we saw him in, was it Poland or wherever, after the Conference League final, partying with the Chelsea teammates, but that was out of a professional capacity, and he did get his medal, which is nice. And it says here, yeah, exactly here. Chelsea and Morgan Sports Law have been approached for comment. Presumably, Matt Law wanted to get this article out ASAP, understandably, because if he's got, you know, a statement early doors from the FA, he wants to beat the other journos, the other publications to it. And yeah, good journalism. Why the ruddy heck not? So, what we'd feared is the truth. So, you know, first of all, he's a young lad. I reckon he probably, I can't speculate whether he knew he was doing it or not. I know he's got this elite mentality that he, again, this is, I'm guessing, but one thing we knew about Mudryk when we signed him is he was obsessed with pushing himself, like, you know, athletically, and he had this trainer that they were trying to keep him up to this certain speed, running speed. Make of that what you will in terms of joining the dots yourself. I'm not suggesting he did knowingly take it, because you'd have to be pretty silly to do that, knowing like the regulations and tests and stuff. Maybe he thought he was taking something that was going to help him, but that wasn't banned, and therefore unknowingly, you know. But he is a young man. He's endured a lot, both personally and now professionally, and I wish him well. And you know, I hope he can reignite his career. He is still a sporting icon for Ukraine. And this is a huge shame for him. It really is a huge shame. So I'm obligated to talk about it from a Chelsea perspective. Maresca himself said in a press conference, we've got Noni and Neto and Ty. And Ty is a great young player. There was talks about, you know, I was speculating if there's a great loan for him, it might do him really good to go and be a starter at a good side somewhere, you know. But that leaves us short, really short, to the point where, you know, if and when we get the Jamie Gittins deal over the line, which I hope we do, and I predict we will, purely because he's said to Dortmund, who want to sell him, I only want to go to Chelsea. He's agreed to deal with Chelsea, a 7-year contract. I do think we'll get a player after Gittins. I even spoke about it earlier in today's video. I feel like it will be two wide attackers. And then, of course, the huge question is, what do you do with Mudryk? Is there a clause where you stop paying his salary? I imagine there is, or at least the vast majority of it. Do you have a plan to retain him? If he can get his ban reduced to 18 months, like Paul Pogba, do you keep him at the club? Or do you terminate his contract? Obviously, Shakhtar As well, it's really important. Shakhtar haven't got all the installments from Chelsea yet. They're trying to clear his name as well. So Shakhtar are losing out money, Chelsea are losing out money, and indeed Mudryk is losing out money if indeed there's a clause where we don't have to pay a salary, which you'd imagine there is. Crazy. Chelsea are going to have to find solutions. What will it be? We'll find out. Let me know your thoughts though, guys. Oh, wrong subscribe widget, but you can go check out the other channel, Football Yannick, as well. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I'll keep on top of this story, of course, so do turn the bell on when you subscribe. And I hope to see you back here soon. Peace.